In today's episode, learn with me on how to hoop a shirt. Every machine comes with several hoops. These are just a variety that we have. Typically, you receive 2 for each head, so you can have one ready for the next one. The smallest hoop is 12 centimeters wide. The medium hoop for slightly larger logos and designs is 15 centimeters, and the big hoop is 18 centimeters. We also have a square hoop, which is 32 by 32 centimeters, which works well for your sweatshirt fronts or jacket backs. And notice along the edges, you are going to have great tension on the corners where it is round, however, a little less tension on the straight edges. The round hoops, though, are going to give you the best tension because it is continuous tension all the way around the circle. We then have a third-party hoop that is 7.5 inches by 7.5 inches. We love this hoop because it is a little bit larger than the large round hoop. And notice when we put that on top, it essentially is the same size, but we have all that extra space in the corners. And if it was a little bit wider than that round hoop, we can put it in here. And then we can put the design at an angle if needed to get a little extra space. As mentioned before, you do get the best tension with your round hoops. So now we have a shirt that we are going to work with that already has a design on it. We are going to show you which size hoop works best with the specific design. You really don't want to use this large hoop because you can see all the extra space around the design. The more space you have around your design while it's embroidering, the more it can move. So the design is small and the hoop is too big for this design. We then will change out the hoop for our smallest sized hoop. It seems like it fits right in the middle. It is a little close to the edge, but let's try the medium sized hoop to see if this fits better. It looks like it has more space around, but this seems to be too much space, so we are going to go with the smallest hoop. We just want to make sure we trace the design and make sure the needle and laser does not hit the hoop before we start embroidering, but this is the best option. So we are now going to show the type of backings to use for hooping a shirt and which backings are the best. For hooping our shirt, we are first going to use a 2-ounce cutaway backing, as you can see here. We also will be using a Weblon white. It is a nice sheer thin backing, 1.5 ounces, and these are great for t-shirts or performance wear, and you get the same stability as the 2-ounce cutaway backing. Because it is so thin, we use 2 pieces on a regular basis, and very often you can get away with just 1. We also have a medium weight tearaway, and typically you don't put tearaway on a t-shirt or performance wear. However, we will be putting it on the very bottom to give a foundation to embroider on, and then it just simply tears away. To start, as we stated, we put the tearaway backing on the bottom and then place the cutaway on top. Then input the backing in the shirt. We are putting it right in the middle where we will be hooping. This is a medium weight knit shirt, so making it nice and flat. Second, typically you should have a spot in the middle you might have marked. So this is our bottom hoop, and we will be putting it through the neck and making sure the center of the hoop is underneath the shirt, putting it in the center of the backing, making sure that the backing is inside the hoop and not half hanging in. And that is going to give you the best stability, and make sure to smooth out the shirt as well. You then want to add the hoop that you want, pushing from the bottom. However, you can also push from the top. We find it easier to push from the bottom, so this shirt has a nice horizon line, which helps align the hoop, making sure it is straight. We then pull on the fabric just enough to make it a little taut inside the hoop. You don't want to see any wrinkles or bumps in the fabric. We are not pulling hard, but pulling a little pressure on the top. We then will push down. It looks like it is a little too tight, so if you feel that you need to grab a rubber mallet, it is too tight. So we put little lines on the hoop to tell us where to tighten it. So going the opposite, we are going to loosen it more. As you can see, we have the hoop imprint on the shirt, and we will be putting the hoop back in, making sure no wrinkles are in the hoop. Putting again pressure from the bottom, holding it nice and firm, and then putting some pressure on the top. Then you want to push down again, and it went in perfectly. Truth be told, it is a little bit off angle, so I would take it off and better align it. However, we got the hoop at the right tension and tightness, and we know that when we go push it in, it is smooth and no loose fabric. Checking on the back, making sure that we got all the backing and no backing is hanging halfway off inside the hoop. And now that we checked it, it was perfectly hooped and it is now ready to go to the machine. Thank you for joining me in today's Learn With Me episode. Feel free to check out our other videos and our other educational resources on allstitch.com.
All Stitch, all the supplies, all the savings, every day.